for me, and then the care that I wanted to for my family is where it mattered.
Mm-hmm.
So first I had to do that.
I think you're back up.
I think I'm back up. I don't know. Am I back up?
What, you go on
Am I
Facebook and
back
look?
up? No. This is YouTube. That's Facebook. We got Facebook Live right there, bro. That's can always just hit my wife up and ask. So once again, what I wanted to discuss, because I know we've done a lot for like 20 minutes. I want you to share with me your background, like what made you get into boxing?
I always wanted to learn how to box. I always loved it. I grew up around it, watching on ABC Wide World of Sports, like many people my age, and even younger and older, till they went to the pay-per-view on every friggin' fight that's any good. But I grew up watching Ali at a very young age. Leonard was an idol of mine. Boom Boom Mancini, and you might laugh, but it's true for a lot of people. The movie Rocky.
Damn right. Hey,
Rocky jacked up a lot of people.
Damn right.
Rocky 1, 2, and 3 jacked up a lot of people back.
I can't stand them, but you're right.
I remember coming out of the movie theater at Assembly. My father used to work in the locks and drawbridges back there, where Assembly is now, where he'd go crazy if you could see that. And, we always went to work with him. And me and my buddy Rob, we went to it was either Rocky 1 or 2. Had to be 10 or 12.
Hey, wait for a second.
Is it on the time delay?
Yep, we're good.
Okay.
We're back on. All right. Cool.
So yeah, and we got out of the movie theater, and we just started punching the crap out of each other. No headshots. We used to play this game like from the shoulder to the waist. Me, my brother, Rob, Joe, another kid, Corral. There's the crew of us that we all hung around, and we used to beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
like until someone got got the wind knocked out of them, or gave
welts
up
on the body.
Welts. And we thought we put on like mitts, and we go in the basement, and we would do this all the time. Someone always got hurt, but we're doing this after a Rocky movie. But anyways, all that stuff motivated me. I wanted to box so bad. My father tried to put me in sports. He saw me getting in trouble. We moved from Somerville to Lexington, and he thought like that was going to save us, but he didn't know like guess what. There's fist fights there. There's drugs and alcohol there. There's people that'll live on the way we're living. It was a different era. You're talking about, we moved to Lexington in 77. And from when we moved there, to 88, very different town than it is today. And, it was probably a lot nicer than just like Somerville and all those other inner city places. Yep. There was a lot of hardcore stuff going on back then. But, as my father found out, like, he wasn't, we weren't getting away from everything. We got arrested there. We did all the, multiple times as a juvenile. We got arrested there. We got in fights there. You get in trouble. All the stuff that was happening there. Maybe a little bit less, maybe not, but same stuff. Same stuff, different location. Right. A lot of crazy stuff. My house was wild. So,
go ahead.
To answer the question, I wanted to go so bad, and I was getting in so much trouble. And I was using, I was drinking and drugging on a regular basis.
How old was this?
Between the ages of 11 years old until I was 15 and a half. So,
you were drinking at 11?
Oh, yeah. Well, before that, we're Italian. You want to try a little beer? You want to try a little?
Dude.
But the first time when I got the head buzz off a drink, I was 10.
Really?
The first time I smoked a joint, I was 11. So
wow,
that's in that town. Like I would walk through the path, and there'd be a gang load of kids with jeans and black shirts and leather vests, and they'd all be smoking and drinking. And you see a little kid that had the balls to walk through there. Hey, come over here.
Join us.
They like me, so I used to hang out with the older kids.
Wow, I hung out with the older kids, but I was never pushed on me.
Like our little trouble spot was the woods. We light a fire, drink, smoke,
have 10 years fights. Old.
No. That was at like 12. That was when I got into junior high.
Same thing to me. 10 years old, 12 years old, the same thing. Yeah.
10, well, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade.
Were you having kids then too?
So close. Close. Yeah, close. So finally, my father see me getting in trouble. I'm not taking to baseball. I'm not taking to football. I'm not taking none of these team sports he wants me to do. I'm getting in trouble. And he's paying for attorneys because I'm going to court all the time. And I want to box. He's like, all right, you know what? If you're gonna box, I'm gonna bring you to the Somerville Boxing Club. And he didn't want me to. He thought I was gonna get my head kicked in.
Yeah.
So I would get on a bus from Dunkin' Donuts in Lexington
Yeah.
to Alewife, get on the red line from Alewife to Davis Square, from Davis Square, get on a
Jesus.
bus down
Just to get there.
Yep, to the end of Highland Ave. And I'd walk by Pat's Towing where the dog was barking like crazy, and I'd
Yeah.
walk to Joy Street in Somerville. And you want to talk about a real old school boxing club that was like you walk in, you're intimidated. Like you walk in, you can smell blood, sweat, and there's guys in there that are banging out bags, men, and like here it is. I got stripped down naked, and I got humbled, and I learned how to listen, and I found out I was coachable, and I just listened to everything they told me to do, and I loved it, and I excelled in it. You know what I mean? And maybe that addict mentality of like obsessive and compulsive, like I got like that with boxing. Like I ate it, drank it, slept it, and like I wanted to win. You know what I mean? I wanted, and I knew like all those years of like throwing those body shots at people. When the first time I sparred, I kicked the shit out of that kid for the first minute. There's 2 more minutes. I'll never forget. I gassed myself out I hear my trainer. He goes, "It's not a street fight." I've been in a few of those too. You getting there's street fights going on. I know all these people talk. Still like, oh, Lexington. Let me tell you something. So many kids from Lexington I know that could kick the shit out of these guys from Woburn. But anyways, I just like to talk shit because that's another thing about here. Where you're from? Where you're from? Or you're from here? You're from here?
Come on, Woburn.
Get out of here with all that stuff. I used to cross all lines. It didn't matter to me. Memphis, Somerville, Boston. It didn't matter. It's like, I got older and I realized how it was here. You're like 18, 19. Where you from? Where you from? Where you from?
Oh yeah.
And you get judged on where you're from. Anyways, that's all nonsense too. But the bottom line is like I got my ass kicked. Like that first minute I kicked it, and he yells, "It's not a street fight." Another here he goes, "My turn." I'm like, fuck. And I never forget. Like after the second minute, because we had a bell that went clink, let us know it was a minute left, and all of a sudden I hear my trainer and he goes, all right. And I go, no. I go, let me finish at least one round. Cause I took the beating. Like I'm not going out, not completing one round. So I completed one round. And then I knew right then and there, like I gotta get serious. I gotta do road work. I can't smoke cigarettes. I can't smoke weed. I can't
At 12
drink.
years old, smoking cigarettes.
No. When I started boxing, I was 15. But yeah, I was smoking cigarettes at 10.
Really?
Yeah, puffing. I didn't inhale until I was about 11. Yeah, I didn't inhale until I was about 11. Oh. So boxing, I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking weed, stopped doing other things, whatever those things were, it doesn't matter. And stop because I wanted to win. I love this. And I knew I was good because I knew what I was doing to that kid for that first minute. And my trainer did too. He goes, holy shit, like you can go to the body. They don't know. I've been going to the body since I was 8 years old. Playing that game. And it wasn't playing. Like we were trying to kill each other. The older brothers were trying to bury the younger brothers. So we were getting fucked up. So, long story short is that's kind of what motivated me. Like I grew up with it. I loved it. I saw myself winning, and you don't go into boxing unless you want to be a world champion. Like after a year, I'm like, I'm going to be a world champion. Like that was my mindset.
Yeah.
And so I won a New England Diamond Belt title in the novice division. Then I won the Golden Gloves in the open division.
And how long of training did it take you to get to the novice division?
So I started training when I was in 10th grade, and I won the novice division when I was in 11th grade. So about a little more than a year. And then I won
that's phenomenal. How many people end up doing that? Like in the boxing, like what's the biggest challenge for someone to get to your position that quick?
Yeah, you got to put the time in. I was sparring with guys. I'm told their names out there like Franco Diorio, Johnny Rayfuse. Those are the two best. Jacques LeBlanc. These were all guys that fought for world titles. And then there were guys that were Johnny Valmenuto and oh my God, I'm losing my train of thought from being sick. But like guys who were like those guys alone were like these were professional fighters that were grown men 10 years older than me.
That you're fighting in the ring.
Then I'm boxing. I'm sparring. I'm sparring with them on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And Matty Mahoney. I got to throw him out there. Like there's a lot of guys out there. And another, who was training with me at the time now, and now he's like the head of the Teamsters. His father was my trainer, Gabe Murray, and my other trainer was Ralphie Palmacci. Like these guys were in there, and we used to spar 6 days a week sometimes. That's
Jesus.
insane.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we would bury each other. Like the sparring in there, you would pay to see.
Yeah,
It was like real like fights.
yeah, yeah.
You know, and you know, we just did a lot of stuff. You know, in I don't know. I'm now my mind thinking of all these different people that came in there, and John Ruiz, and like, you know, Peter Welch, and he opened up
Now,
a gym, and
John moved out with to visit you out in Vegas, right?
he moved out there. He ended up living out there, and you know, we were part of Team Ruiz, and
Yeah.
you know, I lived in Vegas, so I was the Vegas faction of Team Ruiz, but they had, you know, the Team Ruiz was training with him all the time. But when he came out there to train for 6 to 8 weeks, I was there, and
Yeah, you
you
were
know,
down
running
there. I
around and
remember
picking
that
him up,
when
and
you were down.
you know, and Stoney would make that whole place. You know, he lifted the Somerville Boxing Club up when he had John Ruiz and the Somerville Boxing Club and the heavyweight championship of the world. And, you know, now I could go into a story about sitting ringside and my friend Amy and all that, but we'll save that for another day. But
listen,
anyways,
I have so many
boxing
questions
saved
set up
my
that
life.
we're just basically.
Yeah, well, you know, unfortunately, we
going.
got to go. But boxing saved my life at the time.
Well, and that's
And
what
it
I
gave
was
me
going to ask
so
you.
much confidence moving forward in my life until I forgot where I came from.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, what keeps you motivated to push through the tough times? Like, I understand, is it the thrill of the fight or maybe just a good slice of pizza? You know, I got to throw it.
We got away with words.
I'm trying to throw some little.
He knows me. He knows I love pizza. Good slice of pizza always. For sure. That motivates me all day. No. So I'm due to the work that I've done and the prayers that I say, I'm more humble. I don't forget where I come from. I surround myself, like I said, with people that do what I'm doing, which like yourself. You know, we're just trying to live honest. We're trying to do the next right thing. Someone needs help, we're gonna help them. We don't care about skin color, race, you know, male, female, whatever the case is. It's like, you know, everyone's a human being at the end of the day. Everyone has struggles. Everyone's been beat up before. I don't care who you are, and I don't mean physically, but mental. When we do it to ourselves, and like everyone needs a lift up. So like I'm happy that my girl's happy. I'm happy that my son's happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy like I got a relationship with
I'm
my
not gonna lie.
stepdaughter.
I'm jealous of your son that he knows so many capitals at his age. I was like, I can't even spell those.
That gives me joy. Like putting time and energy into my family, but I also hear from other people that have done what I do is like, I have to have time for me. I have to have Orlando time. I have to smoke a cigar. You know, maybe that's what I like. I got to go to a meeting.
Cigar place. I'm in.
I got to go to a meeting. You know, I have to be around other people, and I have to remember where I came from. And so, and I have to, you know, I got to work on myself on a daily basis. Sometimes that's just me saying prayers, and I hear something in that prayer, and that daily prayer that I read that makes me go, yo. And then there's books from NA and AA and just self-help books. Doesn't have to be that. You know, I'm a big Anthony Robbins guy. I listen to what he says.
God, I know.
You can get good stuff.
I can't afford him.
Well, I got DVDs, CDs. And I actually burned them down to an iPod. So I'm more than happy to share that with
you. I joined on to go talk. It was like $20,000 to have one of his seminars. And
I went to 2 of his seminars. I walked on hot coals. So, you know, after boxing, like it gave me all that confidence. I was doing all these things, reading books and going to seminars and all that stuff got me to the place where I made all that money and connected with all those people. And I love connecting with people. Generally I do love people until I see like repetitive behaviors that I got to give you the highs because you're not looking out for me. You're looking out for you. And you know, you might be dangerous to me. You know,
do you feel you've ever banged into someone? And that's a Boston thing. Banged in means seeing them again. Do you believe?
Or if we bang out somebody, that's another.
But that's usually a whisper. We don't advertise. But
I want to tell the story about how we were throwing punches at each other at the nightclub that Jason was working at.
Oh, geez.
It starts off with, okay, what's up, Felipe? Because we're the tough guys, you know, box, he's MMA, you know. So what are you doing? It always starts off and we're having a drink at the bar. He throws up and we're playing the game. And like we like squaring up where like any normal person would have been folded. and everyone comes running
I ain't gonna lie,
over. Security, everyone's like, hey!
my ribs
We're
were
like,
hurt.
we're like,
for
this
2
is my
weeks.
boy, this is my friend, and we're like punching the shit out of each other.
Oh,
But that was like a
my
normal,
ribs hurt,
that
bro.
was like a normal day, right? Even normal night, normal night at the bar.
100%.
But anyways, go ahead. Sorry, banging into someone, not banging out anyone.
No, but I'm saying like right now, right?
Yeah.
And I know we're closing to the end.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have to hit continue on the thing because it's ran out. I don't know why I set the time. Do you think since you've been back that you've ran into someone that wants to bring you back to your lower?
They may have, but I might not even have known it.
Not acknowledge it.
I might not have known. Like definitely, I can think of some situations and some people that may have had. I don't know if they purposely would want. Misery likes company.
Absolutely, and that's right.
So if you even
maybe that's how I should have said.
If you even show a little bit of an inkling that maybe your guard is down, and somebody comes in and goes, "Oh, Orlando, when a drink feel good right now? When this feel good right now?"
I get that all the time, bro. I get it all the time. I know
that's not good for me, and like I don't got to get mad at that person. He's got his own, or she got her own problems, and they need some help. But I don't need to have that person around me. So you don't. Before in the beginning, I used to get mad. Someone like, "Yo, get the fuck!" In a dear friend of mine, Steven, I'll say his name, Steve Kelly, who I grew up with, and I thought he was dead or in jail, and I found out he was in recovery. I needed somebody like that to really listen, to respect, because this guy helped so many people, and he's got over 20 years clean and sober. This is a kid. When the police said his name on the thing, all towns came.
Oh, you're gonna make me bring up a story about somebody the same way.
But anyways,
we're talking about Doogie.
But what he told me, and this is what's good about being surrounded by people trying to do the same thing you're doing, who have done what you're trying to do, is he said, if anyone mentions anything about drinking or drugging, puff out your chest and say, "Fuck you, motherfucker! I'm here for me," and like just lay down the law. Like it could be your best friend. If my best friend said to me, "Orlando, you want to go?" I gotta say, "Go fuck yourself." I'm not doing that. And let them know, and like, don't ever say that to me again. And when you do that, you empower yourself. And I practiced it a few times, and I'm like, oh shit, that works. And it made me feel stronger about my recovery.
So when I have people that ask me that, knowing I haven't had a drink in 8 years, do you know what my reply?
You're quiet about it, though. I'm wondering how many people actually know that you haven't had a drink in 8 years.
Oh, no, nobody. Because usually, but
he hasn't had a drink in 8 years, everybody. Do not ask him if he wants any alcohol. I'm coming at you, too. Just to let you know.
But here's the funny thing. My first question is, I look at them and go, why are you asking me that?
Oh.
I want to know why they're asking. When you only know I don't drink. Oh. So you only know I don't drink. So my second question is, why are you asking me? Right. And you know what I always get? Are you mad that I asked you? No, I'm not mad about it. I just want to know why you asked me. Right. I just want to see. Well, I just didn't want to drink by myself. Right. Oh, so there's the difference between me and you. I drank by myself. So legitimately, even when I came home after drinking, I would have a shot of Jack. I would open up a beer. I would sit on the couch. So they needed someone to drink. So you really don't need a drink. Right. Because if you're looking for someone to be your partner in drinking, then you really don't want to drink. Right. You're just looking for someone to get messed up with you. And I go, and that's not it. Right. But I want to discuss something really fast because you remind me.
I don't know.
Funny story.
I got to run.
No, funny story. Me and you at one of your family event parties. Right?
I already knew
unless you
got to make this quick. This is a continuation. Well, with the whole crew there? We talking about with Doogie
Yep. And we went to the bar.
Was that my sister's 40th?
Was it your sister's 40th? Might have been.
At the Woburn Elks.
The Elks. Me and you go to the bar. Dookie comes up, gives me a hug, whatever. Now, if some of you watching the podcast will know who Doogie is, you never wanted this guy on your bad side. And the FBI, if Dookie's dropping your name about something, you better run and hide. You better just move. You better just go some other country. Comes up. And a guy was ordering a drink. Doogie looks over and says, "What are you drinking?" The guy looks and goes, "What do you mean, what am I drinking? You're standing there, or I'm standing there." And Doogie goes, "I'm just asking you." And he was drinking some girl drink. I forget what it was. So Doogie's like, "What is it?" So the guy answers him kind of sarcastic. Kind of fresh or whatever.
You could take
So,
it as fresh.
Yeah. And
He definitely would have.
But yeah. But the person you said it to, I should say the gentleman said it to, who's your relative, you don't say something like that to, because it was definitely insulting. Me and Orlando would have just made a joke about it, walked away. Next thing you know, he disappeared. We had no idea where Dookie went. Orlando runs up, whispers in my ear, goes, "You see Dookie?" I go, "Nope." We're searching everywhere for him. Where did we find him?
Yeah.
Where did we find him? Do you even remember?
Was he in the kitchen looking for a knife?
Nope. Close though. Where was he?
Where was he?
He was in the bathroom.
I was going to say the bathroom, but I didn't want to say that.
He was in the
might
bathroom.
insinuate something else.
In the stall.
Yep.
And you were talking to him, and you go, "What are you doing?" And they goes, "I'm just gonna handle this, but right after I handle it, I'm gonna go home." And you're like, "Come here, we're gonna escort Dookie out." This guy, because of how he's lived his whole life, felt that this was so demeaning and disrespectful that he was willing to go where we would have just thought it was like, okay, a little punk, this and that. This guy didn't even know that you basically saved his life that day.
You never know who you're talking to.
You never know.
No, that's the moral of that. So you never know who you're talking to.
So sometimes it's always good to be humble, because you never know how crazy that person you're talking to.
You never know.
But Orlando, I did hold you along. We definitely got it, because I still have way too many questions, bro. Way too many questions. I just want to tell you, in case I've never extended this, I've always appreciated having you in my life.
Same.
Always, when I'm around you, I'm always humbled, because you are above anything and everyone, because you've always come back up. No matter what that's happened, you've always. And then I see you with your family. I look at you in your Facebook. I see your beautiful son, your beautiful wife. I see the joy in you, and I see everything, man. And I just want to let you know, brother, mad accomplishment, my brother. Mad accomplishment in everything you've done.
One day at a time. One day at a time. I give all credit to God.
That's it, bro.
Then God works through people like him and all the others around me. So
I want to make sure.
Thank you for having me, brother. Thank you.
Orlando didn't get my book. I am going to be autographing a book.
But hold on, I want to put him on the spot right now. I'm going to ask you a question before I leave, and I am late. You know what I mean? So
here we go. I'm going to have to get a pen.
Will you let me sit in your seat and interview you? but get this camera that's over there, put it over here, so that people can look at both faces at the same time, not the back of the right ear. That's why I'm a consultant. It's called common sense. You know what I mean?
Hey, bro.
Anyways, we'll answer the question. Will you let me interview you? All I need is 45 minutes.
Absolutely, bro.
Okay, because we want to, and I need 30 cents here. I need a cast of characters. I'm going to bring 2 or 3 surprise guests with me. If you're agreeing to it, I want to put it on the schedule. I'm going to put it right on the spot. He got a story and a half. He got a story, and he's got the book. So I want to. You know what I mean? You got to bring this up now. 2:34. I gotta go. Unfortunately, I gotta go.
Listen, I'm gonna finish signing this off the air. We've held you guys all long enough. I just want to
check out his book if you want to learn a little bit about this guy.
So once again, everyone, I really appreciate everyone joining us, and mad love to everyone and mad respect. Ciao. Now we're going to end over here at YouTube. Thank you so much, everybody, for staying for the full stream.